Yo, what is going on, guys? We are finally back for some more Alliance War. Sorry for the delay in uploading the content. It's just been so busy with Eternity of Pain stuff, creating challenges, all that fun stuff. It's been busy in a good way. But yeah, this war was 1 week ago now at this point, and just to catch you guys up on the war history, my war history. Last war we faced LVT, which is basically my old BG3, and we ended up losing for the first war of the season. But it was a really good match. It was fun. But the two previous wars to that one, I died in both of them to the same fight of Void. The first war I died using Hulkling, and then I cleaned it up with Valkyrie. And then the second war I died with Valkyrie, and I cleaned it up with Hulkling. So 2 deaths to the same fight. Now, then we had LVT, now we have this war. And this is going to be the Colossus show, featuring Kingpin. That's what this video is all about. This is Colossus featuring Kingpin, and it's crazy. So my Colossus is only rank 3, right? And when I got assigned all this, it's like, oh my god, this is a lot of Colossus, a lot of a rank 3 Colossus. I'd used Colossus in the last war though, so I had a little bit of practice with him, and I was like, okay, wow, he's actually really good with this attacker tactic, the Debuff Detox. And right here, I mess up in this Terax, and I eat that special 2, the big part, and it crit. So I lost some health there. That's not great. That is not great. Getting a little bit out of control. His rock field is dealing a lot of damage to me. It's like 1300 per tick. So I'm going to go ahead and get the passive fury, throw the special 3, and I'm hoping this kills him. I don't think it's going to, though. But it almost did. That did a lot. That did quite a bit. 4% left. Just need to get back in there, a couple hits, and he goes down. So a little bit of a sketchy start, but feeling good, right? Now, I almost died there, but that was not the fight I was even worried about. Guys, we're facing the Void again. And I remember opening, like, seeing my warpaths, and I was so pissed at first. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? After 2 deaths to this Void, I get assigned it again? Like, why? What did I do to deserve this, you know? But then again, I was like, you know what, screw it. If I die again, whatever. Whatever. If I don't die again, then I get my revenge on this scumbag. So, like, it'll be okay. So I'm just going to give it my best shot. So I go ahead and throw on a combat regen boost. Going to heal Colossus all the way up to full. I'm fairly boosted, and I'm feeling okay because of how good Colossus is with this attacker tactic, which basically how it works is every time I parry or dex, I get a cleanse charge. And once I get 6 of those charges, I go debuff immune for like 6 seconds or something. So it's really nice. So I'm trying to get that debuff immunity eventually, but the cleanses are doing a really good job just taking care of all the regular debuffs. And so I'm taking this fight a little slow, but it's going pretty good. It is going pretty good. In the shock phase, that's when I would like to have the debuff immunity built up so that I don't get those shocks on me, even if, you know, they are shrugged off pretty quick. And in the bleed phase, we don't have to worry because we're fully immune to bleed. But yeah, I still have not yet in this fight built up the full immunity to debuffs, but that's okay. As you can see, Colossus is doing a good job with just the cleanse charges alone. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the special 3. I can't go for the passive fury here because we have a white magneto guidance. So, you know, Colossus doesn't purify that stun and get the fury, so we can't do that on any matchup where there is guidance. But that's fine. I'd rather have the extra attack from guidance and the guaranteed longer stuns anyways. So it's all good. So here you can see I'm trying to really build up to the max amount of those cleanse charges. There I ate a little bit of a heavy attack. We're fine. I mean, we're fine. Here I ate some more hits. Again, we're totally fine. We're totally fine. I was 1 charge away from building up the debuff immunity there, and I still didn't. Kind of annoying. Here I decided to just throw the special 2. That was a decent amount. So there I didn't have a cleanse charge when he threw a special, so that gives me the unsteady debuff, which is really annoying. That just gives me, it's going to make all my attacks glance if I hit him with that active, so I just waited it out. Here I do have a little bit of a shock debuff dealing some damage to me, but that is alright. We're still doing, you know, pretty good. I have not been playing this fight perfect by any means. And look at Colossus go. Just look at Colossus go. So proud of him. I was feeling so good with him. Here, I think I'm just trying to finally build up a full debuff immunity. There we go. You see, now I'm debuff immune for the first time in this fight, and boom, now the fight's over. So, like, that felt great. That felt super safe. Colossus, just an absolute beast. Just an absolute beast. So I got Vengeance on that Void. Felt so good. But now, I have 2 Kingpin fights. Now this is Kingpin's war debut. I've never brought this guy in war. This is rank 3 Kingpin. I don't have a ton of experience, but I like Kingpin. Some people think that I don't like Kingpin. I don't know why. It's just because maybe because I like Nick Fury so much. But man, I freaking love Kingpin. I really do. I'm gonna have a video on Kingpin coming soonish. The guy's an absolute animal. I love Kingpin. So here we're taking him on Path 9, the Hazard Shift. And we have a little bit of a Magneto here. This does have one-eyed open, so we can't get our openings through parry, even though we're not metal. So this is pretty much just an intercept fight. Just, you know, get those openings via intercepts, which is totally fine. Totally fine by me. I'm pretty good at intercepting, so I have no problem just going for that type of play style here, even in Alliance War. Doesn't scare me at all. It's all good. And this fight's going really, really great so far. Yeah, like, again, this is rank 3 Kingpin, and I was so impressed by him and Colossus this war. Like, both of them just putting in work, man. Just putting in work. So here we trigger our overpower because we purified enough debuffs, drop the special 2. Does an alright amount of damage, but here we get the unstoppable buff, which is really nice, so we can go for an unstoppable intercept right there. That's a new type of intercept that I've recently learned. You guys actually taught me that when I was streaming. I think it was in the Ebb and Flow Intercept Battlegrounds meta. So that's really cool that those actually count as intercepts. I didn't realize that. Like, I knew you could get openings like that, but I didn't know it was classed as an actual legitimate intercept. I think that's really cool. And I've been practicing those because a lot of champions actually do have the unstoppable. Like, really good champions like Gallon, Kingpin, Juggernaut, just to name a few, that you can reliably do those unstoppable intercepts with. I feel like we need a good term for it, though. If anyone... An unstoppable intercept. So it's like when you're unstoppable, they hit your block once, then you retaliate. We need a good term for that, because unstoppable intercept just sounds too long. Let me know if there is a term, or if you guys have a term for that. And if not, if there's not a term for that, maybe I'll try to think of one. But next up here we have a Mojo. And my only officer notes, I guess you could say, for this fight was to not use heavy attacks. I guess just because that has the unstoppable buff, so maybe that would... end super quick if Mojo was in his fart phase with all the his anti-life field. His fart phase, yeah, his fart field. That's what it's called. It looks like he's farting. Yeah, so because I think if I used a heavy there, he would end that unstoppable buff like instantly and apply a degen to me. I think that's the reasoning on that. Like, I do have that degen on me right now, but it's fine. I also got hit a little bit, but it's fine. I have an indestructible boost. So it doesn't matter. And that's Mojo down. So those are the only 2 fights I needed Kingpin for this war. Never used him in war before, and I felt so in control for a champion that has, you know, no actual immunities, like the hood synergy as well. I think let me just double check if that's the synergy. I think that synergy makes me have like a 100% shrug rate. Let me just double check on Anime here. I think because I know Hood and Sinister are the 2 best. Let's see, what does Sinister do? Oh yeah, every time the opponent uses a special attack, they become power locked. I've never really played Kingpin with that synergy, but that sounds nice. But yeah, with Hood, yeah, we have 100% Rage, Purify, Ability, Accuracy. So I don't know exactly what that means in terms of Kingpin's abilities, but I think it pretty much means like our shrug rate is close to being maxed out, or essentially maxed with that synergy. I think. I'm not a Kingpin expert by any means, so the more Kingpin tips you guys want to give me in the comments, I appreciate. I really like him, but I really liked Kingpin before he was buffed, and I really enjoyed him on the MCOC arcade game. That's where I fell in love with Kingpin. So I've been a Kingpin lover for a long time, but since he's been buffed, I haven't really played too much with the buff version. I'm very excited to, because he's so much better now. But this next fight here, we have a Vision Arcus. I took a Vision Arcus with Colossus in a previous war. I think it was like my first time trying Colossus in war, and it went pretty good. But this fight is getting a little bit out of control. Those special 2s are doing quite a bit of damage into my block. I'm getting just a little bit worried that the damage is just adding up, you know. So here I think I want to parry, heavy cancel into special 2, get the Fury. I'm hoping we get some big crits here. No crits. And he goes red. I was just like, oh, okay. I think we should be fine here. I got my indestructible boost, I think. Yeah. So we're all good. We're going to take no damage from this special 3. And even if we didn't have the indestructible boost, I mean, I tanked a special 3 from Arcus in one of the previous wars. So I feel like we maybe could have survived it. I don't know. Glad we didn't have to test it. And yeah, one more special 2. He does go down. Again, no crits. Man, Colossus special 2, it's so hit or miss, whether it crits or not, you know? If it doesn't crit, it's like, eh. But if it does crit, you're like, holy smokes, that was a lot of damage. But yeah, we've cleared everything this war so far, all in one go. I'm feeling phenomenal. We just have one fight left, and it's this Nick Fury. And I haven't fought this mini boss a ton, so I'm not super familiar with the nodes. And oh man, this war was just a real item suck. I've used like less than 5 items, I want to say, for like the past, I don't know, like 5 wars or something. This war, I've already used 12. And just all of them were potions, big potions. I just used some purple potions, which I don't even like to use, but I felt like I needed to here. So lots and lots of healing, lots of potions. But that's okay, because Colossus is a tank and just hasn't died yet. That's all that matters. As long as we stay alive, I don't mind if I have to give 15 big potions, you know. I would much rather a war where I use all my items on big potions than a war where I use no items and I die. I would much prefer the first case. Because when I die in Alliance War, it doesn't always, but it depends on the kind of death. It can just totally like ruin my entire day. Like if it's a death where it's not really my fault and it's not that big of a deal and I'm not too worried about it, like whatever. But if it's a fight that I'm really annoyed about, that I know I should have had, that was super close, that could have cost us the war, or you know, all these factors, and it can really just, dying in war can just really ruin your day. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. You've had that. It can just really just put you in a bad mood as well, and just that can just ruin your day. But hasn't happened yet. And this, out of all the fights this war, this fight I was not at all worried about. It was the void that I was worried about. And after I cleared that, like my confidence just went through the roof. I'm like, okay, I can handle any fight now. You know, I beat that void. Bring it on. Bring it. Colossus is ready. He's ready. Honestly, this makes me want to rank 4 Colossus. If we had another season of this tactic, I might have. But I'm pretty sure that we're only getting 1 season of this glancing tactic, which I'm fine with, because I don't like the defense tactic, but I really do like the attacker tactic. It makes countering the defense tactic actually fun. And I think this is a really good example of what Alliance defender tactics and war tactics should look like. The war tactic actually being extremely useful and turning a champion like Colossus into one of the absolute best war attackers for this entire season. Like if a tactic can do that, that's how you know Bam got it right, you know? In my opinion, at least. That's what it feels like for me. I know Vega just released a video saying Overseer is the best Alliance war attacker in his opinion for this meta. And I have tried Overseer. He is really great. But I think Colossus is just as good as Overseer in this meta with this defense tactic, and with this attack tactic, both benefiting from Debuff Detox. They're both just so good for it. Overseer does have immune to nullification, where Colossus doesn't have that, but Colossus does have the uniqueness of only having tech champs being able to armor break him. So, and Colossus has so many immunities on his own. Yeah, I don't know which one's better if I had to answer that for this war season, but this war really opened my eyes to the true power of Colossus. And yeah, there's an annoying falter node here. I think that's like the first time I actually got faltered, because most of the time when that falter comes, I have at least 1 cleanse, so it just gets rid of it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And it's also really easy to become debuff immune here, because Nick Fury Special 1 has so many hits that each one of those hits gives us the cleanse charges, and just, yeah. Finish that fight. It's a slow fight, but we finish it with 83% health. Slow and steady wins the race. and boom, 13 item war. But that's all good because we won. We got back to our usual selves this season, kicked butt, only had 5 deaths. So really, really solid war. Shout out to the boys in 4 Loki taking it down. And yeah, what do you guys think of Colossus this season? I think he's an absolute menace. Definitely one of the best attackers for this meta. That's going to do it for us for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed all the Colossus gameplay and the Kingpin debut. More Kingpin content coming soon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Subscribe if you want some more content. Turn on the little bell if you want to be notified. That's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.